What's up guys, it's Mama Deadhead and I am back with another reaction video to The Walking Dead. So it is episode 3 I believe, and it is called Warning Signs. So if that is not warning enough, I don't know what is. I'm nervous for what is going to happen in this episode just because of the title of it is so crazy. But I'm also really excited for it as well. Like, this season has been spectacular so far. I'm really enjoying it. And I really just hope, like, Yumiko and the gang show up really soon. Like I said in the beginning of, like, last week, I was like, please, I want to see them so bad. I want to see this new group. I wonder when they're gonna be in the show. But yeah, I still am adding feathers. As you can see, like, there's a lot of feathers, and I'm gonna have to figure out something for adding all of these feathers, because like just one singular, the little like barrette that I have in my hair just isn't enough to hold all of these feathers at this point, which is a great thing. I'm not complaining about that, because that just means King Ezekiel's been alive in so many episodes, and that's fantastic. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this reaction started, guys. Pretty nervous. Let's do this. I have to admit, that is kind of weird as to why the one walker didn't just like go over and join the people like eating the person, or the walkers eating the person, sorry. With warning signs as a title, I'm just like looking at everything right now. Oh, that's Justin! Oh, shit. Final warning. Oh wow. That's so me in the mornings. She looked like so angry in her sleep. That's me, like, don't wake me up. Just don't even. Like, even that, I'd be like, get off me. Man, this is just like really hard on the heart. Wow, this looks a lot like that dream.
Well, I can think of another way to build for the future.
Oh. Wow. Is that a rat?
That's Jed. Mark him down for the tomato. Thanks for bringing it. We're gonna make good on the fuel as soon as we can.
Look at that.
Gotta go. Gotta get back for the next shift.
Just like both sides, not everyone's an asshole. I wonder if that was Justin. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my. Oh my gosh. The mom in me is just like screaming and crying. That's so cute. I just want to sob.
Hours passed and nothing terrible happened. She stopped worrying.
Not Father Gabriel. Aw, come on, guys. Thank you.
We're gonna find out who did this. We're gonna need more. Us means all of us. We'll shovel that horse shit to whoever killed Justin. I'm getting it in the back.
Come on, guys.
We don't want this. And we just need to protect ourselves.
No guns. That because you're the one who took out Justin?
My money's on garbage, lady.
Revenge for Simon's place, sure.
No. It's him. Finishing what he started.
Hey,
Hey, stop.
what I think of Daryl aside, I was right.
It won't.
Maybe it's both of them. Everyone back off! Right now!
Hey, Rod.
We're not doing this. Let it go.
Mother Gabriel.
Anne's been one of us for a while now, but I gotta ask. You know where she was last night? On watch with me. You stayed all night.
Awkward.
I'll keep an eye on her. Even if she doesn't have anything to do with it, someone thinks she does. And who knows what might happen. Either way, I need someone I trust looking out.
Awkward. Awkward.
Alright, thanks.
It's funny, even Rick is like, it makes me kind of sad.
You think I'm hiding something?
The way that she's talking, like her demeanor's changed. I mean, it would make sense that she would like create this alibi with him to in turn do something like that, but I also kind of don't want that for her character because I want her to be like changing for the better.
Do you really think I did it?
Can you blame him with the way you're acting?
What others do.
He has to ask.
I can chew. By not killing a guy who left your brother on a rooftop to die.
Ouch. For real though. Oh. Fuck. Ugh. Cindy. Ugh. Oh my god, that scared me. I wonder if that's like, is that all their men? Because she seemed a little freaked out.
Just opened it back up.
She felt like a little bit too like weird about the situation.
Should have been here before.
Oh.
Hey. Hey, wake up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What happened?
Called in all clear. We headed towards the road and then I don't know, something hit me from behind.
All right.
I don't know.
No. No, not a rod. I'm gonna be real mad if she's dead. Like, come on. She's my favorite savior.
Do the saviors know? Not yet.
Hey, my heart is sad. I really like Rod. She's like, she really is my favorite savior.
You just have to want it like the rest of us.
You know with this? I'm just playing nice for
To
Rick.
watch. Oh.
It's better for her show.
No, no, not a rod. Not a rod. Not a rod. So now I have a leg?
can't take them?
No pickups, but the deal still stands.
This is wild. What's me?
Who are you talking to?
Yes, let us all know.
You followed me?
But if you could trust me and help me with one small part of the deal, we can have a life like you can't imagine.
What's an A? Why is there so many A's in The Walking Dead? He's gonna say no.
And all this time, I thought you were a bee.
What? Oh my god. Oh my lord. Is that right? Is that right?
Beg. Like you made them beg.
Got it.
B. It's okay.
I knew it as soon as we saw that gun. I should have said it.
Killed my husband.
Please. What did you say?
I think they're gonna let him do it.
No exceptions.
They're almost away.
Wow. Wow. Big middle finger to both of you guys. And now Maggie's off the books for me. So if that's the way, then every single person in the outpost that took out all those saviors without even knowing who they were, then all of them deserve to die too. If that's how that works. Alright guys, so that episode is over, and this is actually the second time that I'm filming an outro for this reaction video, because the first time it's what I normally do, which is I watch the episode and immediately tell you guys my feelings on the episode and things that went on, and I just realized in this one that I missed a good portion of like really awesome discussion that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I watched Talking Dead, I went on Twitter, talked to some friends, and like rewatched the episode so that I could film a proper outro for you guys. And I might be doing this in the future as well, because I realized that my first watch, typically I do miss stuff, so it's nice to go back and actually have like a really good in-depth conversation with you guys. And it's something that I did for Fear the Walking Dead on Fridays, and I figure, you know, like why not do it for The Walking Dead too? So the first thing that I want to talk about is the whole, yes, I have notes with me, the whole Jadis and Father Gabriel thing, because it was absolutely insane, and I don't want to skip this with the bigger portion of conversation that I want to do. Wow. I don't really know what to say about that, except for what's A and B, who's in the helicopter, what community is this, what is going on with her, because her attitude changed, like as soon as she was like put into like the prime suspect pool, she seemed to like revert back into Jadis, and like her vocabulary changed, like her, just everything about her, like her as a person changed, and I don't even know if she knows what she's doing. Like it's really wild. And like with him potentially being kidnapped, I don't think that that's what she wants, because I feel like she wasn't using Father Gabriel. I feel like it was a genuine connection, but I think that she feels very like backed into a corner, and like this is her lifeline, this is her way out, and that she's going to take it potentially. Also, like, we don't know anything about this place, and maybe it's, I don't know how to put this, because I don't think that it's Commonwealth. I see a lot of comments saying that it's Commonwealth, but it seems very, like, malicious, if that makes any sense, because when they were talking about, like, trading and, like, A and B, it didn't seem like a very nice, like, hey, like, give us some, like, fruits and, like, we'll give you, like, this. Like, it didn't seem very friendly, if that makes sense. It's like, here, take this human and give me supplies. Like, I don't know. I don't like it. It seems like a very heapster type place, and I'm not having it. I don't like it. So before I get into the next portion of this discussion, which is like a good half of it, I wanted to put like a one-time disclaimer and say these are all my personal opinions. This is my channel, and I stay as 100% genuine as possible for me. I want to put how I feel out there. That's why I made this channel, and I've met some amazing people because of it, but obviously it attracts like haters and crazy comments. So I wanted to say these are my comments. As long as you stay respectful, I would love to have like different conversations with people that think differently. And I mean, I have some amazing, wonderful subscribers that think so differently than I do, and it's amazing to have conversations with them. So when I see hate comments, it makes me laugh, because it's either like one of three things that make me laugh about it. One, I can think of someone like that thinks the exact same as them, that is so respectful and nice and like wanting to talk with me and like get my view and so eager, and I'm like, that's kind of funny, you know, like I just talked to someone about that and it was a lovely conversation. Or it's someone that keeps coming back and expecting something different of me, and I guess expecting me to not be who I am, and it's like, why do you keep coming back if you're not going to like it? I put out content for people to enjoy, and if you don't enjoy it and you think it's terrible, no one's forcing you to come back. You don't have to. And then the third category that makes me laugh the most is the off the wall insane comment. Like the people that have never seen me ever, and it's just so funny to read some of like what they think about me. Like I have some people that come on like, oh, she only said this because her favorite character is so and so, and I'm like, it's not King Ezekiel? You're kidding me. Like, this is the only time I'm ever going to address like hate comments or anything like that, because I think that for the most part they're pretty silly. And like I said, I have some amazing subscribers that will like fire back at them with something like even funnier to make me laugh. So it's not like it's anything like serious or anything like really malicious, because I don't mind. But I wanted to say, like, these are all my feelings on the situation. If you would like to comment and like have a discussion with me about what your feelings are, please do so, because I would absolutely love to hear it. So I want to interject on my own video here for a second and say, as I was watching it back, I wanted to make sure that you guys know that the reason that I don't put too much stock behind hate comments is because I get so many amazing comments, and for every one hate comment I get like 25 amazing comments, and if I put too much behind hate comments, then I feel like I'm discrediting the amazing comments that I get, because the overwhelming majority of comments are amazing and nice. And I even have a subscriber, I'm sure he's gonna watch this, and his name on YouTube is Daryl Dixon, and it's a picture of Daryl, and he's just an absolute like trip to have around and so fun to talk to in live streams, and everything is mostly positive. It's just like a small few that decide to troll and, you know, make insane stuff. So I want you guys to know that I put so much more into the love that you guys give me. And even like going on about daily stuff, like, do I like Daryl? No. But like, when I wake up in the morning, if I think about The Walking Dead, what am I gonna think about? The amazing positivity that it's brought me the characters that I love, or am I gonna think about something that's annoying me? I'm gonna think about the positives, of course. So I just wanted to interject. Okay, all right, back to the video. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the riot and Daryl. You guys know that I don't like Daryl. If you come here to see Daryl love, you're in the wrong place. Plenty of reactors love Daryl, and they have amazing reactions as well, and I definitely could recommend you a million channels to go watch. But Daryl and the riot. So the main reason that I dislike his character is, like, he does something stupid that I find stupid, and then it's just snowballing at that point. Like, he does something I think is stupid, something else happens, something else happens, something else happens, until it's just this big mess, and it's what's happening right now. So he's not a fan of the Saviors, obviously. A lot of them aren't fans of the Saviors, and the way that he treated Justin snowballed into this riot, basically. Now, am I saying that the Saviors wouldn't have blamed anyone? No, they definitely would have blamed someone, but they blamed Jadis, Anne, but they threw Daryl in for the way that he acted to Justin. Was Justin a shitbag? Yeah, I didn't like Justin, but Daryl didn't handle that situation properly, which caused it to almost spiral completely out of control until Rick showed up. Now, who are the people in that situation that really, besides Rick, that really tried to get a handle on it? Arat, Laura, and Alden. Sorry if I sound weird or I'm shaking. It's so cold and I have this blanket. I'm freezing. And they really, truly tried, I think. And I think that they are changing, or have changed, and they want something better. They want, like, a whole, like, peaceful thing going. And the one thing that I know I have all these notes I'm reading from right now, but we don't take into account how the Saviors must feel. So I know that, like, this group is big and bad, and they're viewed at in a negative way, but they're unarmed. Can they cause harm? Sure. But think about how they're feeling right now, unarmed, is basically how Rick and the group felt when Negan came in the first place. So you can't blame them for having hard feelings when we also had hard feelings. Like, if we're gonna have hard feelings, they're obviously gonna have hard feelings. So the fact that there were a few of them trying to defuse the situation was actually really, really nice. And then it starts into, like, the suspects. Who can it be? And I said in my reaction, Jadis kind of made sense, but at the same time it was a bit too obvious for me. Daryl, same thing. I thought it was a bit too obvious, but the conversation that Rick and him had, I hope is something that's going to really stay with Daryl whenever, Rick leaves the show, however he's gonna leave. But it brings me to the point. When is murder okay? And why? And how? He made a good point. Oh, look who it is. He made a good point when he was basically like, I left your brother to die, and you still kept me around, so it's only okay if Team Family does it. Which is why I'm kind of irritated at the moment. Which gets into the point of, oh, I did want to add this. Daryl did say if I was going to kill them, I would do it out in the open. And then he referenced Glenn and his whole, Glenn doesn't get to see this. Now, I'm on the side of, you punch Negan. If you could have killed Negan at that point in time, in a lineup, surrounded by Saviors, even if you stood up and shot Negan in the head, what did you accomplish there? Not a lot. Most likely just getting more people killed in that situation. They said that they're not going to kill the person that's, like, causing the issue. They're going to kill somebody else and, like, make the other person suffer. So, what are you really accomplishing in that situation? So when he said, I would do it out in the open, I believe that, 100%. I believe it when Daryl says that, because he's not one to hold back. Hence why I don't like him, all of the rash decisions that make no sense that are just going to get you into more trouble. Which I feel got him into more trouble. And the Glenn mention, I just, like I said, kind of funny because of the whole situation. Now, the whole diversion. I was watching my reaction back and I misinterpreted the scene. So basically, it seemed like Sydney made it that way because she was trying real hard to like kind of get in trouble. I don't know, the whole scene kind of felt weird to me. And I feel that when Daryl shows up to the scene, he kind of feels the same way, like it's kind of odd to him. And then we get to the scene with, I think her name is Beatrice, don't kill me if that's wrong. And she has the whole, like makeshift crossbow type thing. And the moment that Daryl sees it, and the moment that I saw it, I was like, this is weird. This is really weird. And I think at that point in time, Daryl really, really knows who it is. And I mean, he says a little bit later, I know who it is, after he pulls the arrow out of the walker. So I think that at that point in time, he already knows who it is, and he's just kind of concealing it to himself. So, the next thing that I want to talk about is Rod's death. Now, I love Rod. This is a character that I very deeply love. It's just, I don't know what it is about her, but it was just something when like I first laid eyes on her, I fell in love. Just kidding, kind of. But basically, like, this is personal revenge to the extreme. I was talking to Nerdy Nicole on Twitter. I'll put her hashtag, her I don't know what it's called, her channel in my description. Something with her in the description. You guys can see like the little back and forth we had on Twitter. What Gregory did, what Sydney was referencing, it happened at that point in time. It was a big deal. Now, do I hate Gregory? Absolutely. I can't stand Gregory. I was cheering when he was hung, which I know is pretty morbid. But stepping back from the situation, compared to what some of the other people have done, and watching Talking Dead and watch Tom Payne / Jesus say Jesus probably would have exiled him, I honestly think that that would have been the route to go. Exiling him would have made much more sense in the grand scheme of things with everything that he did, because honestly, let's be real. Exile him, that's a death sentence. Like, guys, he can't take care of himself. There's no way he could, like, make some, like, grand governor come back and, like, do some crazy stuff. But Rod's death. This is something she did years ago. Maggie has had her child. Oceanside went through all of this, like, years before that. So it's been a long, long, long time. Rod has come a long, long way. Now, did she deserve something to happen to her? Yes, absolutely. But you can tell just in this episode, just what I've referenced that she's done, she's trying to make that change. Should she go on a cell for like 5 to 10 years? Honestly, yeah. I would say yeah, absolutely. Like, I feel Negan has done much worse, and he's currently in a cell right now. Which leads me to, what is murder? And what is okay to team family? And, like, for the most part, I would kind of keep Kingdom out of it, because they're not, like, people that we've known from the start, but more like Maggie, kind of a portion of Hilltop, but mostly, like, Alexandrians. Like, our core group is basically what I'm saying. Like, it's only okay if they do it. This is why I have a problem. Sorry for, like, hitting my book. On the show right now, it's so extreme. It's either one way or the other. Like, kill all the saviors or save all the saviors. I don't think that anyone in any group, like, let me rephrase. I don't think that all of one group is 100% great. I think that there's assholes in every single group, and I think that they need to be taken care of accordingly. Like, with what Michonne is trying to do, with law, with some sort of structure. But it should not be taken personally. It should not be personal revenge. Like, if if this would have happened in, like, today with law, Sydney still would have gone to jail. Is she kind of justified because she watched her brother die? It's teetering on the edge with me just because it's been so long. Now, if this was recent, I would feel that she is justified, but at the same time, what she is doing is also murder. So, this is the issue that I have. So, we cheer everything on if it's team family. But when it comes to the saviors, somehow, in some way, we view it very, very differently, which is like really dividing our group right now, or dividing team family. And one event that really stands out in my head, and one thing that Arat has said, we all have done things, so I'm gonna close my notes here, because I think that I've gone over everything. Correct me if I'm wrong, we, team family, went into the Savior outpost before meeting the Saviors, just on Hilltop's word, and killed all of those men unarmed in their sleep. How is that any differently from things that are going on right now? For all team family knows, Hilltop could have been the bad guys. We didn't know them. Like, we just met Jesus. We just got into this whole world. Like, we just figured out that there were other people out there and other communities. So, what makes it right that everyone that was in that outpost doesn't have to die just because they're team family? What makes what saviors do more murder than the murder that team family is doing? That's what I'm struggling to grasp. And if it keeps on this, like, arc. Now, I will say that with Rick leaving, if he leaves or dies, I feel like it could play a big role in, like, everything is coming to a head. And I feel like if something happens to him, things could change. But let's say they stay on the same route. Honestly, I'm leaning more towards Team Saviors, Team Whisperers, and more towards the villains, because at least I know what side they're on. Right now, I don't know what side Team Family is on, because they're more, like, scattered and crazy, and they don't have anything to really stand for right now. Because if you go on personal revenge, like, Maggie and Daryl turn away and just let them do that. Like, who's to say that somebody can't just lie on somebody else? Well, this savior did this to me. Like, there has to be a stopping point. And I feel that I'm obviously leaning more towards the way that Rick is thinking, because at the end of the day, I don't think that he would do anything truly bad for the core people that he truly cares about. If there's an issue, I feel like he's going to take care of it. I think he needs to be a little bit stricter on that, and they really need to figure out a system. And I guess I just want to end this with, I hope that Michonne can find a way to bring all of the communities together and get some sort of, like, law in place or something, because it can't stay on this same, like, route it's on. You can't do everything out of revenge. You can't stay angry, because you're never gonna grow. And you have to grow. Like, at this point, what are they living for? Are they just wanting to stay in their tight-knit circles of people until they get old and die? Or do they want to, like, grow communities? Do they want to grow the world? Do they want to, like, make the world a better place? Yeah, I guess that's going to be all for this reaction video. I know that this discussion was, like, absolutely insanely too long. So if you stayed around, thank you guys so much. But comment down below, what do you guys think? Yeah, it's going to be all for this reaction video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And like always, think positive thoughts and send positive vibes. Bye, guys.